NPP former MP, I think for Doma West or something, Ali Maiga. Any little Kushia ya massa. End product no. Ne nyefe. Former MP alternatives were ditro. Na Listowel say madam for wa bon wo timi ko eden na kwa MP. We eden na kwa MP. You need to learn. Man need to ngu jo mama so because jandam no why am na twam obi ahu. E ba je wonim. And to kwa ne ba yo. Ye kwene ngwo hwe omo hwe. Wo hwe omo kakra na hwe ade.
One get tariff there. Tariff is a international trade barrier. I believe used to protect it among domestic industry. Some powerful people so use it as a measure to punish perceived enemies, especially during trade war. And I believe so they say third world country like us, a source of revenue for us. Now I heard there, Trump and Ghana is some perceived countries he thinks they are enemies to the US, and our slap from I think China suffered some, Ghana and other countries. But the question really is, why Ghana? Because but over the years, Ghana and US had a very good relationship. And we've never had this issue with US before. So the question is, why Ghana?
Why?
The first, when I saw Shawole and the piece of ball, a tassel, and Independence Square, I'm quite we are in trouble. Clearly, if a democratically elected president, Emma that tacit approval for ability to take over, US will not be happy with you. Go to Agua website. Now here all the reasons that they've taken countries out, Burkina Faso, Mali, Cajon, all those countries that come. And we know Wampani Mahama's relationship with these coup makers. But that's the very reason that tariff was slapped on Ghana. There could be no other reason. There could be no other reason. And the sad, they be able to have, no matter what you do,
Me pajo ti asema former MP we kan you. O see US the tariffs ato Ghana so because mampanyi mama associated with Burkina Faso the coup leaders. That is why US imposing tariffs on Ghana. The never say US imposing tariffs on the whole EU. And also a dintia. Member of Parliament, who the member of Parliament or cause no. Jandam, I say I didn't know one cause cry of course I go election or lose and he doesn't even know. Because I throw away somebody said that say Udi to the go bisono. He doesn't even know say I come. And or say repeating the same thing live on TV. Say US have their own as a country no or more policies and programs no on they say when you associate yourself with cool leaders that is how US imposes tariffs on you. And then another dan go forward another down for the Cote d'Ivoire president what change the constitution akọ 3 or 4 times no akọ who say eyeku e pacho we the to was leti e mo kan yi no benya be fitting answer pepepe.
Power is important because a fruit of a poisonous tree it's not poison anameboa because we've agreed in our principles that that's how a be change government and nobody and you be say oh media because the state has employed me they've given me a tool so me the tool who amount for aqua power. If you do that, you know the international community will not be happy with you. And we know, say what is happening in, especially within the Francophones in West Africa, the battle between Russia and France. Whereas the France want to take over former French
colonies.
Colonies. Indeed, these are some of the things. So when it happened, I'm not surprised. But I'm happy now the president is engaging. All because as part of this agreement, that
agreement when Kofo now. But so if you are not my friend, to say meet me say meet me because I only will be a yonko. Me yonko. Nti wo be me tamfo a. Na enamano so nti me tu anamo bia aname sigina bia be kwa tia wa. Saa ni pakro no ano. Utimi sa ka kire me say me de naduafo bi anase me so me pe favor bi. Na also they are breme and I want me say me so meeting aboa. Say me punish me for being friends with your enemies.
Yeah.
Saa ni pano ano. O sa so pe favor. And I pe say oye me bibi mawa. Do you come to me?
That's US for you. US.
Then the president has played it smart.
No,
because,
no, he hasn't. Yeah, I'm coming there.
Okay.
The US has no friends.
What interest?
What I say? US, even if you are his arch enemy, nobody you sue, and that pursue the interest and US will do. They'll tell you, there's a foreign policy.
But Semenso, me who knows sign out here. Nasa also audio interest neighbor. Namen so me ride on who meet me ride on who interest no. And so they pay interest being so free. My smart haven't I?
I'm coming in time. That's what I'm saying. So in the first place, you wouldn't have gotten there. That's the argument I'm making. So what I say, that visa restriction on the buy in the first place. Say, marriage with these coup makers now. Can you get there? Because there's no way we're going to get there. Because there's no way US will sanction us. So what I say, there's no way US will sanction us. But US also no. These are the Obama, a democratic government. Where you are given tacit approval to military takeover. Who does that? What is it? But however, they go wrong. When US wanted to
your baby, I can't baby. Say one nane abwa amabwa one yabwa mabwa onchirabwa.
So we are saying say the
maybe,
best way for
but do you know that
democracy is to be friends with them?
But how can you get this audience from them if you are not?
From day one, okay. Do I follow them at all? So I will have made it clear. So already there, even they were even trying to exit from ECOWAS. When ECOWAS were even negotiating with them, say they should go back to. When him say as we speak, he has extended it. Not so about trouble this year, but also when you trouble what they call in 5 years time. Are you aware?
Okay, so it means there is some allowance. There is some room for, change for him to change his mind. No, because
so the argument is that so you are not telling me say Obi Kobo Krono. Into father than for we don't do that.
You are drawing conclusions based on what you believe because you don't know US for and Fanshim said this. It is your conclusion.
Go to all the countries that so they had these issues. Go to all the countries that has issues.
So deductions are why
US a coup for.
No, but honorable, these are your own deductions. So we'll build you on it. Don't let it look like it is an established fact. You get what I'm saying? Because we say, who can you not say now could because of this, that. But these are things that one can say what doing you.
So what I'm telling you, anything US apparition about my dreams.
Established fact.
Say
I look at US for punishing.
Let them bring the argument here.
Okay.
All right. Because of I say cool this until now, I hope president is partner of constitution. And nobody's talking.
Okay. Listowel.
Pato.
Yes, sir.
Am I yourself kasafidie titru kasamfoni so nkita hodie no na sometimes menim say ehun be hia say because of partisanship say multi-party democracy di aba say wo say ebi ayenya amayoko ahoro na obi anche na adwen na nsusue ne tirimpo a enu nti e wo say ebi Ghana fo nyina so nto aba ma no nti no I was a baby, whether good or bad. Once I saw your opposition in India, I was so opposed. We BBA, Ecoso, buying him. Obia Nim Morgana has said, I never liked Ekufodo personally. But so, yeah, dear Nanya, me can ya. Now, or ya, dear Suna, or Sabasobody, and Amedimano. In some instances, a bit don't create me and say, hey, and then the Napuku, if you cry or person go back to MPP. And yet the BEA is because sebi imperials. Yeah, my yourself now. I will say you timi ehu baby sebi o. Yene obi nya adwen kura wo baby a ye bo abaso. Owura Mahama oni Trari num ne other cool leaders ni nyina kita hodie no. On kan wo baby a da say o support cool making da. Na sebi penifo se obi nka se pudu onhye na se ehye a yedi nejo asemo a menua honorable aka no eni ba bia a wontimi nya nyina so bia wo ba bia na asemo eni nyina so ne so no ete se de wadi ntro de agu pani hu fi tariffs here ba yi enye
Foreign relationship.
Mahama ne wo relationship a wodi tuo ko hye ne ha ena enu nti America hwe tuo ne so ena omo ye te se de honorary as if say ogina ho mpo na Trump kra e take decision meanwhile He has no basis. It has no basis. Not one. Can he point to say, Adia Trump, Adia Bay, yeah, 15% tariff on export from Ghana. No? And you're based on ABC. We need back only one.
But also countries.
You see,
countries
countries now. Cameroon president, Onetwari, Omun showcase anywhere in the world. Say, Omoya Yonko.
But I think
Nigeria president.
I never said Traoré. I say co-leaders.
Co-leaders. I'm trying to use your Traoré. Nigeria. How the Nigerian president came at Traoré publicly when he was ECOWAS chair. We came at him. Sir, ECOWAS was a good because of his very unpleasant nature of behavior. We all came at him. 15%, no, and in relationship. We say, some of these things, you make things become so difficult for multi-party democracy. But sometimes I wish the same people in the because I mean, if you put out some of these baseless arguments,
this is a loose talk.
What is loose? Look at how loose you were when you were accusing your president, the first gentleman of the land. It's an international discourse. So be forward same way. Do you know how you are going to impact Ghana negatively? You are sitting on TV.
But it's obvious.
It's very what is obvious. What is obvious?
He didn't invite Traoré. Wango Burkina.
That only
Wango Burkina. Wango Burkina. A president ECOWAS has sanctioned.
But the arguments Listowel. How about Nigeria and so publicly
look like I said? Some people should be outcast.
How is he an outcast?
How is Traoré an outcast? And I said, you think Obama behaves like Akufo-Addo?
Didn't ECOWAS sanction him? Two of us.
And we all came at ECOWAS. Because they are sanctioned, no?
It
was very needless and very
unwarranted. Your president is tacitly endorsed the military takeover.
How do you say something? How do you say something?
Tacitly endorsed.
I gave one instance. He invited the police to inaugurate two of us. Oh yeah, he paid Burkina visit. Two of us. He
is one of the most respected leaders.
Mama is my employer. I don't need.
Traoré remains one of the most respected leaders in the world. Traoré.
We lose talk. On what basis?
On what basis?
On what basis?
No, but Akufo-Addo did not.
On what basis? Somebody who has seen power through the bank. One of the presidents in the world.
In a democracy.
This is a lose talk.
In a democracy. Akufo-Addo. Answer no better.
You see? You don't even know. Go and check. Go and check. How many people died?
Show me the record. Go and show me the record.
Can you imagine? You are going to find coup. You are going to find coup.
Oh, so you see,
you are going to find coup.
These are the same people who never learn from anything. They will continue with their misbehavior even in opposition. And Ghanaians are very onward lookers.
This is a loose talk. You
are more loose talker than I am.
This is a loose talk.
What the hell? President, where are you? UN Listen to the applause from across the How dare you? Gentlemen, how dare you?
Gentlemen.
The conversation. Why not? Why would I say that? Especially when you are lying. When you are lying. A liar like you. 50%. How has that got to do with Traoré? How has that got to do with Traoré?
I was called to discuss the issue.
I just say what powers are. You don't want to even learn how to behave well. Loose talker. Who is loose talker? Loose talker like you. You know who a loose talker is. Now we are coming. You silly, you very useless guy.
Honorable, this is not about the two of you.
What nonsense?
What we are.
Do you understand the
why you are here?
Where are you MP? Pasiasa no MP da. Pasiasa no MP da. Who come here silly? Fool. Apua.
What for the Kufaro? What for the Kufaro?
What for the Mahama? What for the Mahama?
What for the Kufaro?
No,
That's why I'm very stupid. Stupid boy. Apua, me can Munufie. I said Munufie. Crashing.
Free hawk. Internet.
Asemo Ghana Parliament yakofa akwa wei every doma man be a member of parliament e wo doma for so according to BBC Trump tariffs no e cover more than 90 countries but the whole of the countries in the world what we need for answer na bra. More than 90 countries, Canada, China, a boyama, a whole EU block nina or tariff. I always say, John Mama, Adam for the Burkina Faso president in my tariff. Low IQ. I drain no form. I went before. They don't learn. And when I say, does he even follow international politics? And as a current affairs, he doesn't even know. A member of parliament that akwawe Ali Maiga. Sorry, ni be madam for. Oyele say obra. Oh, sometimes o can't say me when I can as my jechina me madam for be sham ko san kasa me ho. That is the problem now. Oyele say obra. O hu ade obra e. Ajama men come on to men kan kese. But anyway, let's address him politically. Say answer yebe free obi say onko ye member of parliament e wo Ghana no e say sabe ye tezi nipa na adwen but Ghana it seems to say criteria na ye dey choose nipa so onko represent here. Sometimes I find it very very funny and a way dey ne ho afew and a way dey he kabrofo and a way dey he was atade wa toso and a way chi say nsem funu kwase asem nko a the whole doma for some always on member of parliament. Well, it's like as I feel of free space about he didn't even know or he doesn't even know what is happening in the world. So American foreign policy, if they decided to impose tariffs to get revenue for themselves, I will say a John Mahama then Hokobo Kenya president in the tariff 2 years. And then they could say another just I've been in Juma. It's like they glorify people, they don't the common sense IQ no ever form. Saudi Arabia, almost here talk about Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia talk about her. Why not they say Dubai or see or who's here talk about Dubai? So do you think that Ghana and Ekotoma like you to Bomiano they perform better than people in Saudi Arabia, right? Yam Libya, Africa, Libya ha. I better not Gaddafi the leader of Libya no. Do you think that it's better? Oh Mahmoud Bomia but now the president no. They perform better than Gaddafi. Because sometimes African, I think, say we need, yesterday I said it, we need some level of education for some people because it seems to say, see, I'm really, I'm the problem, to be honest, sometimes we need to be fair with ourselves because the kind of leaders we choose, they tend to become problems for us. Because how far Kwawe, Ekotana Parliament, Doma for Mowu, Mokai, Tama, Akwawe Parliament, now honorable Kennedy Ohene Japan. Any interior minister munta ke kontokwa akwawe no bunku to dwepa Kennedy Ohene Japan ache or parliament dem member of parliament no pa Kennedy Japan ache because abro okope MP no Kennedy Japan e command pick up time abro nye koje Kennedy Japan pick up no akwawe nso GB Ali Maiga OGB Kennedy Japan man pick up Kennedy Japan actually gave him money so nko we nearby okoye yourself free Kennedy Japan che born ma fe na no sign next election no ko lose here akwawe so he doesn't even read. Onim say tariffs countries over 90. Canada na ben US for na Canada nyane there. He doesn't even know. We ready nyankopon Ghana. I keep saying say nkrofobit parliament then ho a as I think ye omo na the computer mum ne ko sisi parliament danum because for me they don't qualify say they don't go to na parliament danum kura. They don't even qualify at all. Yes, Cool Lord, very, very brilliant message about. I say tariffs on Mexico, I 15.5%. NSI called 25%, right? China so 13.4, Canada 12.6, Germany 4.9, Japan 5%, Vietnam 4.2, South Korea 4%, Taiwan 3.6. A lot. India 2.7. Just acquired one with him. Meaning why are there? Why are there? Also with him, he doesn't even read into or not say John Mama didn't talk about cool leaders. That better John Mama call for a cool leader be as his friend. Ghana a neighbor in Burkina Faso. So you think that we should go to war with Burkina Faso because of American interest? You think we are crazy, right? A teacher said the host you have corrected him. Pato, sometimes I have a problem with Pato. The way a Pato in the program no. And this particular Pato program so na chairman Buga Kotanaya Odi Trogu John Mama say John Mama call chat up a private jet no. Pato, he is also my good friend. As you know we you. Sometimes we are okasa na wa ko kasama. Akwa affect one gasa wa down for every besi I don't know. Na odo ko kontokwa. Fighting out so wow. Hey, another round. Beba. The end of the if any say pantoma. Bajo, I mean for uncle so.
Crossing a free hawk. Internet.
Eda bako sem guide anamboa.
Yeah.
As a political party MPP. Yam fo bia anko baako. E ma na wene da. So nim say.
Okay.
Aduba anko baako. Olusuye. Ko for baako first Olusuye. Another about first Olusuye. But remember first Olusu. Say if history is anything to go by. Actually say you win the 2020 elections.
Ebajo ti akwa we yo. Utim say wa bon papa. We dey tie say ma kan ye. Na Listowel so dey na no yi. Hey, we dey tie ni ye. Wa bon si we nim hwe.
And yes, you present the candidate all for the first time. So what I chat and say?
Because first time
BEA lose. So if you really want to win 2028, and yes, the candidate BEA all for the first time and call. I say you will be all kwa wakobida. And yes, automatically we've lost the election in 2028.
Okay.
That's our history. And I heard the flip side of
but I do want you know contest bill. One contest bill.
Olusuye.
Na me say o contest flag bearership ni bill.
Contest bill.
And lost.
And lost.
And lost to Kufuor. And Kufuor went
96.
Went in 96.
And still lost. And 2001.
So called first one and lost. Second attempt. And then he said first one. But how did he perform?
And
no, I do want him performance.
To lose the second election, the primary.
No, I'm talking about, you see, history. Me, some of us.
No, but history
Me, Ali Maiga between. I still believe, say. In fact, I don't mean to have there. But I hear boy, I'm people in I still believe, say, if I maintain at the in 1996, because I won the election for us.
It's never true.
1996.
Maybe I believe it's never true. I believe. That is my belief. And so, as I think, say,
what was the key campaign message for Kufuor and another Kufuor campaign against the Dubai?
The same thing. I do want to lose to Tiafa.
He didn't perform well.
Or say, you change the Dubai. No about when one time am I. Where the knuckle. Okay, the famous. What about the Kujaswa?
Akufado.
No,
JH and the cancer actually Kufuor.
Yeah. During Kufuor's campaign, and it happened. Go for the record.
Anyway.
Well, I say, so some of us still believe, say, you maintain a Dubai in 1996. Dubai will avoid the election. Okay. And changing the Dubai in 1996 was the biggest mistake that delayed our victory by 4 years. one more election cycle. In the ministry of MPP, we are willing to.
So it's a lesson you think MPP must learn.
And then now, okay, the flip side of it. No candidate in MPP, the coalition, will be worrying about MPP or call more than one. All candidates are history. Or call more than one. Akufado call more than one. Oma mama in the presidency am I 2 pe. Kufuor na Akufado. Obi call more than one. In this opposition when 2020 they say a crucial election. You might present the candidate. Either all called them producer than them.
You know when said 2024 when they prepare quite no ama
Yankasa yakwa so our history
you knew you were going to
no we knew we were going to win. However, our history repeated. Like I said, the history should guide us.
Okay. Because that time na mo born to na many Listowel so AC canopy. Time when I'm born for MPP. Many Listowel me AC canopy.
Am I
MPP.
And
we also understand how Niamasi within the party.
No, but you can't discount to say that is MPP's history.
No, I'm not saying
I'm
not saying it is not, but
you may have your reasons, but the fact is that okay. And if history is anything to go by there, we're not going to do the election. If you want to win, you should not play the candidate for the first time.
All right.
It's as simple as that.
Mr. Akwaba.
We are saying no Ukraine but I think says it me man Ukraine any will be BMA. Ebema ye mama yosemo aye ye bibia ye hyehyɛ asoman no ebetimi aka no kra kyerɛ tumi na afi bibia akobɔkɔ sɛ sɛ obusa sɔfo a sɛ ye dan no sɛ nimdia me man nim tina yesi apini nimdia ni nyina so ye no kra de ye nim no na ye ntro otiase na ntro no ne sɛ opa akola obewu no fanishe pope botom say ye the destiny so obewu no pope ntimi save no e wo so owu na de enye ba ko ne say ye bema enada say the minua e kire say history no the party's history is something that I don't want to ever believe say should repeat itself what I say because it has become like from grace to grass.
What makes it a lie?
What you say? Name party in China, Timpacho.
I know the party.
I know the party more.
No, but
where were you? Where were you when we were building the party?
Don't even say I own the party in China.
No, I know the party more than you.
What I've been there, people are why. My MPP polling station officer. I've been constituency officer. I've been a regional organizer. I've been a national council member. What position have you held in the party? I've been a former member of parliament. I'm a current former member of parliament. What position have I held in the party? The vice was started chairman. And your brother.
No, be Obi Oshadi Asi a will join. Anywhere wa be di buku one in party no. You don't know the party after.
This my credentials in MPP. Can't
I have none. But I know the party that.
And two man in chairman. Obi have my party officer that say be
full soldiers no. Full soldiers no. Omunya opposed ni be that. You know the party more than you.
No, but you don't know the party more than
I know the party.
You don't know the party more than. When they jaka, me no jaka kra kwasem.
Jaka say be be free ya na me say okra party kra say we abanwa wo. Okay. Etino me chere say the party history no. All two foot no. Just so that a bit favor Baumia. No. That's not favor Baumia.
So I forget because Baumia.
What must I say? You see, you can try and present a candidate in another way. A bit mama ni hoya akono a change send ye wo pesa wo ye no. President Kufuor enye sebi akwawe so no fa no de be ye mampani. Now be ka say President Kufuor 96 now o call ye no say Edubu ahin de buy. How much was Edubu ahin's weight? Ewa ma yo semu a Edubu ahin no ye don ko election 92 a okocho stolen verdict wa bra no ono na ntimi perform. Ya delegates who say no Edubu ahin no ontimi ma to me ma. Yen ko pe obi a sebi na koma wo form a sebi nso nyinu na fa ni panya nso hie. Satan original platform so to Ayampia Tia Rollins ni Emmanuel. How many votes did he get? How many votes did President Kufuor get? And I'm pretty say I'm for next to us. President Kufuor gave a higher margin with an alliance with your friend is saying the Great Alliance.
What was the margin?
He got more votes than Edubu Ahin got.
What was the margin? Tell us. A specific question. What was the margin?
No, the point he's making is that President Kufuor's first time, when you have more votes than Edubu Ahin's first time.
He beat Edubu Ahin in primaries.
And went ahead.
And
to close the gap in
yes, and in the second attempt, won.
Patu.
What be about the elections, sir? What 38%? Who have a customer? History is something you should be hopeful about.
Obi or say, or only see how say only man people change. But we get 38% in 2024 election.
No, you are saying
41.
So wait, you the piaka.
Wait.
So you are here lying.
You are here lying.
Somebody has after 41.75. What he has said.
Consider what you said.
What has when 38%.
This one you 38%. Next one we are 28%.
I not lying. A liar.
Okay, so
you are even lying. You are not even credible.
Who are about me to tell me a liar?
You are not even credible.
Now one at the Obi campaign about me a liar. You are campaigning for a liar. Yes, Obi Nanganim. Now no na tete wan ka auditro. Asema better how can history how Patu lie. Pure lies.
Is it not true say MPP? Asema me kind say MPP our history ni say. Ye mfa obi anko first one na win da.
established.
Is it established? So where is the lie in this?
Now, yeah,
Where is the lie in this?
pure lies.
When you say, no, where's the lie? Why did not come back on
when you say,
what's the truth? Why did not come back on
it's more about number someone winning.
That also say a lie. No, don't go. Also say a lie. But let's establish this law. Wait,
Pato,
I came your indulgence with them straw. He has called me a liar on this. Meaning,
you first
I made a specific statement. No, because I established that it's a lie.
What is a lie?
Also, you had 38%, and I put it to you there. We didn't get 38%. We had 41.75. So that makes it a lie. That makes it a lie. But also me. Jamaica is a lie.
Yes.
So prove to me, say, which candidate since 1992 and people become the debate they didn't call first time about winning. Tell me. So,
right.
You see, you're even a liar.
So we've used about 13%. I mean,
but we never had 13%.
We can make progress.
But we never had 13%.
We can make progress.
But we had 41.75%. Whoever is saying, say, but we had 13% is a liar.
Okay.
He lost and considered grace.
It doesn't matter. Obia lose election. But we are the first person to lose election.
See what that history. A quite cry. President Kufuor so winning 98. I was Sunyani. Kufuor do way. Ma no okotena ho UK. Ma a person 24 ko patch man me boa man nye campaign mu Kufuor oba ye be campaign mu Kufuor ma President Kufuor e ba aban mu no. It tells how President Kufuor na onye sebi frefre kobo keke. No nim de oye. Enti se wo ye politics a. Gina yie kan candidate ni wasempa. So we will be there. But with the track record that Bawumia has, don't tell me that history is going to repeat itself when you know that it's nothing to write. What are you going to base on? What is Bawumia's track record? Say, economy and all. How much was dollar when he became the vice president and in charge of the economic management team? All that dollar no was saying. And now to forcing when you vice president, any Bank of Ghana, any Sami Jamfi. Keke omu pu omu nipa mi ensa omu committee bo mu hebe bia dollar no
right
and etino mo candidate one semwa don't be very selective and make it look as if say cherry picking yen cover history a emboa no yen try say ebe ma history no ayete say eboa.
All right, anyway, so what who baby Honorable Ali Maiga esen ko start free here abranya mo ena e kire mo nsem o monka when Aduboah went on to the first election no he lost. About primaries for the second time, he lost on Kaiser history. They say Mahmoud Bawumia can become a candidate of NPP in the first election and lose general election and go to the next primaries and will lose the primaries of the party. No, well, here not on China on Kaya no. I would say their logic, as a NCC so papa. They always make sure so na NPP for candidate be uncle election man win for the first time that if Aduboah lost on the first round. Kufuor lost on the second round. At the end, I chase out the Mahmoud Bawumia the third round or winning. I don't know if what I'm trying to mean here. Enti Ali Maiga I say Obia coach you. Now I'm not surprised because when Dr. Napo was messing up in the general election, Abronya Bakachi say Omane Chile Napo Nkoka. So if you have Ali Maiga that's Abronya mo and the coach you more than when some Monkoka, wouldn't the product and the neighbor out no and someone round the baba. Everybody knows and understands. And these kind of people, no, that is what they are known for. Sense and I say anyhow. But me can't say Ghana says Uncle for in a democratic parliament there, then we have a problem. Because all the documents to him go on to me in kind of what you say. Yeah, na no nimi ye bisa say no chira de e no call parliament ofri parliament dey adwuma na oye why was I start about TV so because person say call parliament be because wa for parliament ko say na adwuma no Ghana yeah mo bodo do anyway we say for we've developed this particular free app a BEC SSE past questions in the Google app no din here EduSolve Pasco. But you go Play Store, go App Store. We use Apple, you get it. We use Android phone, you get it. But a free app. Just download it. Or download it via offline. You don't need internet again to access it. But you a free. This is either say wait him that I can't memory. And I say, wouldn't you be was coming so soon? Wait him there, we are not selling it. It's free. There be a mecha. Now they go for this administration no. Or the sika and a quarter of past questions. But Nyankopon a cash Nyankopon we say we've developed this particular app for free. This is from the debate with Munufie to Mother Ghana for free app. Ubeti ma test it. But your test we are use my WhatsApp number and then tell me how you felt it. And I say if you think say we should change something in the app and so on. So ubeti me can't change. And today we are streaming live on YouTube and then on our Facebook page. It's back. And that is how we are going to do it. Senior Chris, Bibi Aboko there. Senior, but I say, I was a cool lawyer. What did you want, man? Yeah, when sometimes 7,000. My man found 1 or 2 messages being ran for the in Komo and Twasso. Which are for. Sometimes we need to be talking. Rikus one say Baumia can't win over NDC. Never. I'll be very surprised if there will be anywhere in the world Dr. Mahmoud Baumia thinks that he can win any elections. Because why would you Dr. Mahmoud Baumia you know? One will say one thing I've seen about NPP before they say they know say Mahmoud Baumia can never win. But Mahmoud didn't achieve to get name. Because he can say, oh, yeah, Baumia boy. No, the so-called premise. No, I can't win. That is the only thing. The only reason why they are following Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. But they themselves know very well, say, oh, man, I mean, a member of parliament to be able to swear there. So I can't tell any person, meaning someone to Baumia, and some of them to Mame, I'm to my presidential, they will be on penny beer. Sana, Omoka. Among them, Baumia can never win. Rikus, he was a member of parliament. And he was that being we were deep by a member of parliament in that. What exactly is Maiga implying? Does he even listen to himself? These radio stations should stop giving airtime to people who bring nothing but empty talks and lies. That's how, because radio stations, I don't even know how they call people to come and minimum they call at depot money papa better also no go say or make kasakwa ni hu say nipa kwatena ho say then no ba can I have no idea. Minimum they omo kwakwe. Chief teachers as they have raked their delegates. Registered to hit the party premise in Baumia's favor. Of course, that is why I keep saying, Kwabena Japan, I don't even know why he's going there. Kennedy Japan, I don't even know why he's going there because Abana say, Abronya Matu Abano or Demawi, and my dad or my Joe Musica. Oh, okay. Maybe senior me that's it. Sometimes when I'm live streaming, I also don't get time to cross check messages on my day, so sometimes it's like that. But you understand, maybe he doesn't know what he's posting. Sometimes he's often say, if we are, then maybe I go back and then address him in the comment section. That is what I've been doing lately. You know, whilst you are live streaming, you can also still be checking facts. But I'll ask Senator BEA American on this particular show. I make sure I present facts. I don't insult and I do things in the right way. That is how I've been doing it. Young Queen is senior. Why are they say to me a hetic a crack mame? Me that's why are they? That is how we've been doing it. This is the debate with the Munufie. But it's live on YouTube, live on Facebook. 2 million subscribers and I say 1 million follower. But you can take your time to also follow this particular channel because I've been live streaming every day. Be a meeting at 1 hour. Say meeting one day I go the full 1 hour length. Because before the name was 1 hour with the Munufie, but I changed it with the debate with the Munufie. Saying we need to engage it as like we are doing debate. Me can to say in the say I go no a bed the kama pa. So that is how I always love to do it. And if you also but you know who say if there's something you think that I should do or change, you can also as well tell me. Then we also do it like that. That is how we are building the family channel. Evelyn, then when you are meeting Listowel and Apoku, prepare yourself. Very good communicator. Of course, that's also I come and say I former MP app. I'm not being say former MP no useless. I mean be any team. But I cancel NPP for no. It's a somewhere tenacity a teen 70 years no. Party na hata. And what be any beam. So they don't learn. Imagine a former member of parliament if I can say tariffs na ye dey go e Ghana so no. Because of Burkina Faso into the tariff go now Russia don't tariffs any sanctions they go Russia so. And then you only need prudent management of the economy. Now no. Until at the time you bow down. So these are some of the things. If first time these traditional media should stop these useless political shows that yield no results. Of course they don't. Sometimes I would say I have a problem with how Ghana media, they do things. They are supposed to educate, entertain, and inform, but it seems that they are now misinforming the people. And they are going to say, "Wow, with me, dear time, any invite on their show, and you are saying, 'Okay, answer.'" That is how Ghana the same traditional media, and they are now turning into a format now. But before, when we were growing up, and when you see a politician and as somebody who mounts a stage to discuss political issues, utimu se nipa onimnyansa. Time na Dr. Tony Edu mo tena TV so analysis. Utimu se omo kenyansa sem. Look at this former member of parliament, Ali Maiga. We bet me equate to Dr. Tony Edu. No way, because that's Adrian in your. Adrian form. And we have a number of NDC for when they mount stage. You look at Sami Jamfi, young, brilliant man. When he mount stage, the way he communicates, Utimus a power na kwaneka Okanya same with facts. We mo kasa nyanza bi anim. As we non kasa kwani ma dia woye. But sir, NPP party na say o matter any kwa do because party no as they are not breeding intelligent people, but rather they are breeding insultive communicators. They say Abronya whenever they get opportunity from Abronya show 1 or 2 hours atemonkwa, he will never talk any sense. Atemonkwa on Kenyans Assembly. That is how the MPP for a training because they are now understanding say Ghana politics and Kenyans Assembly because over here Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia practically in the economy and he couldn't perform and he resorted to lies. Into the chita for the nyano or that jandam spirit and Euromumu, and the only thing they know how to do is to insult and attack, but not bring on board any reasonable and sensible ideas. That is what I've seen because Panyina Gaza audio manimno. There's nothing on TV show. Men are not attack and say a fool and a kaba. Who could be sending question is what are the way. And to look at Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia himself, how he communicates. And Ghana's inflation had dropped to 9.4 single decade over the last 4 years. It be murder. Yet Nippon and the economy, economics in the no. And then the word economy and economics and a year in the room. So imagine Ali Maiga Mofite de Nomeka. Because Nippon Omudine has nothing to good to offer. Or no Casa Quenima de Oye, and once on Nam no Osa. Yes, or says our autism. Because I mean NPP for an acre. Maybe see me who's a message now. NPP for. What have you? As I said, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. NPP party no. I go we I hata. I want to be him. And that is what they are doing. Well, when the Adriano, or my Adriano from team, and I say that about money kwasiasem. That is what they know how to do. Adriana yera, and omunya hwe yen kamfa ho. Na sa okwasa sa nkurufo we say omona odo mo abedi wanim dia. Then my brother, you have a problem. You have a big problem. I mean, for message you into an hour in a kind of. Akwabi kwatena TV say Kennedy Japan ya be it so. It is say na adwen say me kwa na minim say Kennedy Japan about them NPP for ya na eka. And abo papa so respond say we thank God for Ken's life after his surgery. Also the nyamiase Ken ko surgery no wa ngu wasen aba the nyamiase. Even in the recovery, he's still more capable of serving this country than a candidate who is struggling with autism. They say Kenya could be the teacher and I've been with the team chain will be an autism or autistic person. And before the neck, when they down, I bought up on neck, and can't be a will be some question be a mini answer, mamma said, oh, the NPP ni who be the matter, what him did he could be a bop upon. Yes, I am a Mahmoud Bawumia autistic person. And you not know as a Mahmoud Bawumia or vice president or yada charter flight into UK no. So now they had no. Didn't know na man or seriously. Then I quite hatching or yare. Hey, Eddie, Papa, Abrabowe. NPP party, a good party in survive. But one thing I plead with NDC for is we need to exhibit some level of intelligence as at now. Because you say, more no more quite good, you know. I say, come here, vibrant opposition, no more putting this particular government on its toes, you know. Now, Manka said they are even struggling to survive. And the NDC team be there. Now, if instead of governance and another proper governance and because nobody is putting proper checks on the buying. So I pray say this particular government ain't lose track. Not by any thought. Sometimes, and that is what I'm praying for, because the president of the land now is the supreme leader of the country with absolute majority in parliament. And then the micro minority in SLA push a buy money at the papa no so almost among so they are struggling to even survive by themselves. And who is going to check the NDC buying no? A bit of a baby just you be 10 kakra. Na yankasa yesan be a police for a police yankasa ya buying no. And sometimes if sometimes I present case via me bash a party kakra ma obi yankasa bia obi akoma miska da bi, but sometimes we need to put the government on its toes because micro minority no entimi nyesa adwuma no o mankasa party no eguba. But why we catch that no so no one we who say wachichia. So we need somebody to correct a buying no. And that is what some of us we thought say this particular micro minority no now come back but it seems to say they are not clear in their vision, that they have lost focus on mankas or minimum or more. And who is there to check the government? Who is there to check the president, the ministers, MMDCs? Who is there to check them? There's nobody. And then I know this year here NDC might lose focus, but I pray NDC will never get to that point. I'm praying. Say president, ebeti menyo obi obe krake, say obi obe sa woche bia na yateno, wo sa woche ana yateno. And yes, it will get to a time and we are messing and this is the best that I mess up no. It is the country at large that is going to suffer. So, so when you get any opportunity, you can advise some of them. Say me no adi we mo ye nisia, nkebe say adi we ye nisia, ebi nkebe say yenkasi di mnyansa asemo de, but say ni yenso ye chire mo so any opportunity. If you implement these kind of things, that's a BEA. Tell us. You know, sometimes we need information to tell the people. And then not just information, but information also they are being analyzed. It makes more sense. That is how we build a better society. Because at the end of the day, no, but Ghana, as long as a year Ghana from there, we have to make sure that Ghana develops. Any opportunity I was being bit you need to do it. Now if the because you're really Ghana now. Because after your markings are there NDC communicator. You know mosquito the kind of NDC. No, because I losing focus. Mamudu Bawumia is in Kabianka, my way on economy and economist or better than on Swa. On you be people could mind it because economy and economists at the moment. But when Chama won't be an answer Abronye. Chama won't be say Monday year the neko. Into also qua omba. Abronya predicted Monday Chama won't be qua omba. And I know Abronya so January about 20 people for better on so own movie will be who wants a bomb. I know for sure. My predator will be answering to her. So about to able to in January NPP but then say I same quite the boss Abronya on to be. Obe no TV so on seven. Chama won't to me on to be. When TV so I want some. Kino mo yere nyana we ase wo kuna ntwe no da mo prekwa mo wo mo na ekwa. Nkra ni bi na kan minim se manyeni o se anye enkosi hwe. Mo prekwa kenke kwa. O ma hwe program na won sawam. Ghana. Yetisika so ze come there. Ghana yaya mo bodo. Because micro minority na esa mo to mo boase na mo twa na aban na ye. They have lost focus. Riku to say as long as mosquito say look at is there and we shouldn't fear, right? Well, I have hope and trust in the chairman. I said, bro, as long as Sedunketia is around, all shall be well. And GM is also delivering and really doing the rest. Many of those family and friends shall be in jail. They will really go to jail. I won't survive it. That is what I know. And before they will count. One will be pure me in a go prison. Pure me say one video be o mankasa NPP for nankasa picture. Mama me say me hu a o mankasa adoro basa. Dr. Mamudu Bawumia and the campaign team in don't money na konsabam. O mu mu gu basa no. Yoko. Twi o mu nyina den NPP for some hard you. Party ba ko pe no o mankasa ekoya ade no o masan de abere yes so yenhwe. Yes, I'm more. Party for now. I say, hey, mo be hard you mo. Party for now nkasa hu say, hey, o man nkasa party no. Ba bi edu ni de enya de e bo mo. Nti o man nkasa akodro bus. ene ya twere ho yoko ene da bo mo say nkurufo ne eko no nkurufo ni chaba wunti mi ne nkurufo ni o say akorofo bas ene o mo na do mo ko no obi ba je ke nkurufo ni yoko ni CID for twi o mo den hey NPP party no aye hata ahon de bi anim ubisa na ado aso de ma no asemo ubisa for but anyway ya for mo say ne o man don party na say mo ambese na ye say to atwen mo enti ubisa for and this is the debate with Munufie live on YouTube, then live on Facebook. Until me debate with her if there's no question. Nyame ya don watch na Sunday vibe ye de ba be see ani ya ye nkwa so no ye so de be ba ye be born kama pa nti unya mere bi take your time and then watch the show. And our channel knows what always be just subscribe and me a notification bell no say me ba live BEA, then you get the notification. If I just send a kind edu solve pasco no there, I'm very, very interested in that because ye anka say a developer here and it's free. Until why na yema afufo no because person education enko so e Ghana. That is the main reason why we invested most of our time to do this kind of things. Until Mr. Elizabeth Ford just NPP party is finished. Atieu mama was say party in here. O man e yo o me ya no wan say that bere yes you ya say that wan say dem yin number call. Yes ya some yin na lie o mon call. And when you get time and patch, who knew be na one can download this particular app. Na anything na I can't tell me. We be out one bit me. I can't tell me. Come pa. Rikus. But we end the cruise in Oman. I live about in the 40 tips. I saw more like go bathroom. Bathroom never me and the queue. Obi jeki o si atwere ni mukura ma fan sanfa baas ni atwere ni obi jeki ena obi jeki ni cruise no o man kasa sante baas no am say obi jeki so akọ o ha adwe kakra o obi jeki ni cruise ena o pio mu no mu gu baas na baas no ono a san twi baas no obi jeki asemo mini anom Ghana ba o mi anom o ya mo hwe enye yo system no se jo mama mesere jo mama kakara president wan hu ya gufu ba che omo nyina agu mama bedu ba bi no opposition ko wan hu ya Ghana yenye opposition bi awo ho but sometimes that is what I pray for because opposition pa ese ko mo tenase eme ye hu se sebe omo wa ade bi ye no opposition nso ayera. That is my worry now. So now where is the opposition again? Se Ghana ye no opposition bi awo bi em there. Then say Ghana na no say ye the Ghana to cruise control ni ama president say president onko ye adwuma na ye ne enko anamebwa ye say baby ye the Ghana na ekwa no. So this is the debate with Munufie we for na me debate we ha edi nyame ya odoma ochina say na meka na I'll be back again na afede ye de asiani unya subscribe ya mpacho take your time and subscribe for me. Me din any William Munufie amankona yankopon ene wontena. So yeah, bambo piafo kakara. Bye bye.